Please subscribe and help this small channel to grow on YouTube. I, 25 female, caught my fiancé, 25 male, of 4 years undeniably cheating with multiple girls. He doesn't know I know, and my instinct is to not bring it up, blame myself, be a better girlfriend and stay with him. Please smack some sense into me. Quick background: Jamie is my third real relationship, but he's the first guy I fell for really hard. In my mind, everything about him is absolutely perfect, and I miss him when he's gone for 10 minutes. He is sweet, we have a great time together, he has an amazing job that pays well, but gives him lots of time. He's a 12 on the 10 scales of looks, and sex is almost indescribably good. I was overjoyed when he proposed on a vacation in the fall. Over Christmas, I grabbed his phone by accident. We both have iPhones with pink life-proof cases, and saw a text on the lock screen say, "Your dick is making me rethink not sleeping with customers tonight." It was just a number, and he had been out the night prior with his buddies, so my initial reaction was that a friend was messing around with him. When he saw his phone, he got really excited, 99% sure he didn't know I saw it, and said he was sorry, but he was getting called into work, not unusual, and would see me tomorrow. That night a friend saw him going into a strip club in our town's club area. I approached him about the strip club and lying to me, and he said he got done really late and didn't want to wake me, and went to a strip club to keep an eye on his friend with an alcohol problem. We got busy with the holidays and family, and I more or less forgot about it all. Then on New Year's Eve, I got a call from a very drunk girl I recognized as an HS classmate of Jamie's, saying that she had just dumped him from a 5-year FWB relationship because of me and other girls. I said I didn't believe it and asked how she got my number. She said the unlock code to his phone is his little sister's birthday, and that's how she got my number and couldn't keep it quiet anymore. After hanging up, curiosity got the better of me, and I searched his phone, and oh my god. He's having sex with the stripper and an 18-year-old Starbucks barista. He's having FWB relationships with girls from HS and college, and if I can decipher the cutie talk, I think he's having sex with his supervisor who is in her 50s. I resolved to break up with him immediately, and it's now the middle of January and I've done nothing. I'm terrified of losing him. I made all these rationalizations, that I'm the lucky one he's in love with, and that at least he will always come home to me. I have myself convinced that he's just sowing his oats, and this will all stop once we are married. And most crazy of all, I'm finding myself turned on by his exploits, him being such a ladies' man, and actually enjoy thinking of him having sex with these other women. I feel weak, I feel sad, I feel stupid, but I just can't bring myself to approach him and end this farce with him. Please give me any advice you can. TLDR, fiancé is cheating on me with several women. I love him too much to break up with him and want help in doing what I know needs to be done. I invited Caleb to breakfast and broke up with him and gave his ring back before we even ordered. I was crying, and he was like whatever and acted like it didn't even bother him at all. 4 years and some amazing time together, and he didn't even ask me why, tell me no, ask me to change my mind, etc. I may have well as told him we needed eggs for the reaction I got from him. I have been crying my eyes out all day long and can't even think of eating or sleeping. Edit 2. 6 people asked me what his job is. He owns retirement homes. He was given a house by his aunt when she died, and he turned that into his first house. He's since used the income to buy at least a dozen more houses. He has something like 55 residents who pay between $2,500 to $10,000 a month based on their required care. He doesn't work most of the time because he lets his managers run the facilities. One is the lady I think he's sleeping with. I mistakenly said supervisor when I meant manager, but at least 3 to 4 times a week he gets called in at all hours if there is a problem. Update. I, 25 female, caught my fiancé 25 male cheating red-handed with multiple girls. I broke up with him and got an STD test. I just tested positive for the herpes simplex 1 antigens. I am devastated because I didn't ask for any of this. Edit on Friday night, I just woke up after sleeping for just under 24 hours. I was so exhausted from not sleeping and not eating that I vaguely remember getting up, drinking some water, and using the restroom, but other than that I was passed out completely. I've been reading through the responses, and seriously thank you to everyone for calming me down about the test results. When I spoke to the doctor yesterday and I heard the word positive, I erupted into tears, so I missed a lot of the details, so the nice replies from everyone really filled in a lot of the gaps, and also focused me on the questions I need to ask when I see her again Monday. I feel a lot better after sleeping, and my best friend just brought me Taco Bell, which I ordinarily I'm not a fan of, but after not eating anything for 4 days it was absolutely delicious. I'm still in shock after all that's happened since December 23, seeing his phone, getting the call from his FWP, reading his texts, especially those from his brother who I thought was the nicest guy in the world, but was actively encouraging Caleb to cheat on me, and Tinder, then breaking up with him, and he is like whatever. It all just seems surreal. Surreal that I could be so blinded for so long by his charm, looks and money. I never ever even had a hint of the cheating. It's 15 girls I know of, it has to be so many more. I haven't gotten a single hint out of him since Sunday, not one call to see how I'm doing, why I broke up with him, or anything. I've gone from talking with him multiple times an hour to 0, it just doesn't seem possible. This will be a tough one, and right now I can't imagine ever getting over it. TLDR, I was blindsided with evidence, and then proof, that my fiancé was cheating with multiple women. Fun fact from his texts, he had sex with double the number of sexual partners in one day than I've had partners in my entire life, while we were engaged. It took about 2 weeks, but I finally broke up with him, and he didn't give a shit. That was devastating. But on the advice of this sub, I went to get an STD test Monday. It took a couple of days and I just heard that I do have the antigens for herpes simplex 1. I don't think I've had any of the sores, but my body is reacting to them, as if I did. I may be wrong about a lot of this. I was crying too hard to really hear what the doctor was telling me. I do need to collect myself and either call back or start Googling. I had a severe bladder infection in June 2015 and they ran all sorts of tests to rule out any number of infections, and I was completely STD free then. So if the test is accurate, he picked something up from one of these girls then passed it on to me. Edit need to specify that the antigens were present in my genitals. Also, they did test for herpes during the bladder infection, because the nurse who inserted the catheter thought she saw lesions that turned out to be raw spots from running. Before December I truly had no idea he was cheating on me. I couldn't even really conceptualize him cheating. He was so nice to me, we got along so well, and we spent a lot of time together. The only thing that was odd was that he would be called to work at very odd hours, but he owns private retirement homes, and his residents are older, do have health problems, and even pass away, so I figured this was all normal. Of course, looking back, he was certainly using some of these times to hook up with these other girls. When I checked his phone, I think I could easily count 15 other girls he's been with recently, last 6 months. We've been together for 4 years, so I can only imagine how many the total number is. I am having a hard time coming to grips with any of this. Since breaking up with him, and his utterly nonchalant reaction, I haven't really slept, and I think I've eaten part of a fruit roll-up since Sunday. I am a physical wreck, and can't even think of leaving my apartment. This STD news only adds to this, because now in addition to being alone, I am feeling like no one will ever want me again, because I'm literally tainted. Plus, at some point, I'm going to have to call Caleb and let him know that he better get himself checked out. No doubt he's going to somehow turn it around on me. TLDR, picked up STD from cheating fiancé, and I'm simply devastated.